Okay.
Ooh, you landed. You really landed. Welcome. I'm so glad you had a safe flight. And
Girl, you know how I feel on the damn plane. I get sick at least every flight I take, I get sick. Like it's either going or coming back. Like one of those, I'm gonna get sick.
sick.
Okay, so I'm old. I'm dumb. And my dumb oldness like gets this like hot flash, like I don't even know. It's like radiation, like krypton, like a whole bunch of shit. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm dying. Take my skin off. Take my body off. Like help me, niggas, help me. So like it's dumb. Dumb.
Yeah, that sounds like something. I don't know. So hey, we're here. We are Poetic Divas LLC. Put some
Put respect
respect
on it
on it.
because we do.
That's it. That's it. And I guess we're gonna get this glass, and then we're gonna get into this topic. So
Okay, okay. So I know how you got your new glass, and I was working on my glass like since like 1964. But don't judge me. I do a lot. It's my life. So I got my new glass finally. You ready? You
I
ready?
am.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Yes. I love it. It's real fancy.
I'm ready. Okay. Okay.
It's like pineapple gold type.
It's some BDSM, like you're gonna lose your life, like
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. You right.
you're right. hmm Okay,
Mhm.
so we can get. I gotta put my
Oh,
my
yep, yep.
wine
We
back
gotta
here.
pour. We gotta pour. Yep. We gotta get it right.
Okay, okay. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You gotta get the tip until y'all sponsor us. I,
Sometimes not even the tip.
you know what? People always want to do the most, like for real. Like
I mean, but would you expect anything less?
I would expect some loyalty, but that's another topic. Like
Oh, oh, oh. Let me fill my cup.
ah!
Oh yeah, it sounds really good. Yes. So, hmm. Well, I'm not gonna say that because I'll spill the topic. But I'm gonna wait because what we're gonna do is unpack the polls for the last 2 weeks.
Look, like our polls have been off the fucking damn chart. Like y'all been tuning in and turning up. And I appreciate that because that gives my squirrel ADD something to do. Like for real.
Oh, not the squirrel.
Squirrel ADD.
Oh, uh-oh, I can't see you.
Oh shit, hold on. Life happened. Hold on, I'm back.
Oh wow.
I'm come go. Look, I'm old.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead with the polls. So the first week, our poll was: do you ever silence yourself to keep the peace?
hmm
Oh, she back? She back. Okay,
Um look,
coming back.
don't judge me.
Technology, it does what it wants sometimes. Okay.
It's a pandemic. We can't do nothing. We can
You
just
made
watch.
it safely though. You safe. That's all that matters. So from the combination of the poll locations, because we put it on our personal pages and we put it on the Poetic Divas page.
Right?
So I'm saying from the compilation of all, we have about 85% that said yes.
hmm Oh,
And
this is
oh,
some
no,
bullshit.
what is going on?
I don't know what's okay. My technology is failing me tonight. Don't judge me.
Oh, no. Okay. And then 15% approximately said no. So whenever, the lights stay on over there, we're going to discuss our thoughts. Oh, this poll topic.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, the pandemic has finally reached my house, so like my shit ain't my shit tonight. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like some dumbass shit.
Oh, okay. I'm. I don't want to say the other poll yet till we talk about this one. So
Okay. So
just let me know.
I'm back. I'm here.
Okay. So, do you ever silence yourself to keep the peace?
No. Now, what I do is that, like, in my older, mature age, I discovered that you don't have to fight a war every day. You pick your battles. What's going on? So I will like I'm having a disagreement with my significant other. I'm like, I'm about to be petty. You're gonna be upset about this damn shit. So I'm like, is it really worth it? So I would stop myself from being extra petty, but I would not stop myself from speaking my truth. So like, you're gonna get this truth if it's gonna be extra petty or it's gonna be like, very palatable to your palate.
Okay. So I guess we could say you have a form of curving or delegating your
consideration their possible feelings about what I'm gonna say.
Okay. So there is elements of silence, but not true silence to the point where your truth is not shared at all.
Right.
Okay.
I'm a big believer in sharing your truth and where you're coming from, because you cannot allow people to assume making an ass of themselves and you or where you're coming from. So I'm very big on telling people what I'm feeling in that moment.
Okay. Do you feel like you've always been that way, or has that become more of your stance as you've matured?
I have not always been this way. Like normally I'd be like, fuck you and your mama and your granddaddy. Like, I would go all the way in. But I have to realize that like people are not built like me. So therefore, if you're not built like me, you can't understand what I'm doing and the grace that I'm allowing you. So I've become more cognizant on how I say things and the words I use to convey the things that are in my mind.
Okay. That is very interesting. So, exactly. Now, for me, I want to say that as I've matured, I probably share more of how I feel right away. Okay. My usual, because I hate conflict, like with a passion. Like I hate. Like I shut down first. So I have to say that, and I don't know if it's because that's my personality, my sign, or my coping mechanism, whatever. But I'm probably one of the ones that would just be like, okay, you know what? It's whatever. I'm not gonna say anything. Just forget it. But of course, you start to build up those thoughts in your own mind. Things are unsettled. So usually, and I want to say that's probably how I started writing, in my youth, just started writing how I felt, my poems, stories, etc. So definitely, I believe I was groomed to silence myself, but no longer.
You are groomed to create fucking amazingness. that just happen to be like silent.
I mean, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for this second poll, because we got to have a poll that makes you think, and then we got to have a poll that make you
Make
think.
the loins think.
So, and this one got a lot of controversy. Like, honestly, we have to calculate all of the different responses. We got some in our private groups. Like, we just got a whole lot of commentary.
Right.
I don't even know what these numbers really need to look like. But here's the poll. Can community dick ever become private property?
First and foremost, you got to define community dick and private property. I'm just saying.
So for those of you who may not be familiar with the terminology, community dick.
Right.
Community dick is basically penis that belongs to someone who's for everybody.
I say food stamps, but continue.
Everybody can get it. You
Sorry.
look at his roster and you can't figure out what he like because he got everybody on the roster. Everybody can get it. All over the place. So yes, that would be the community dick.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, private property is your quote unquote traditional monogamous type relationships, maybe.
Right.
Or if it's not monogamous, you have an agreement
in place, in writing, like the Constitution.
Right. You may be a part of the polyamorous group, what have you. So that's for the definition. So how can we, I don't even know if we can numerically quantify this situation, but I'm just going to say that the majority of the people said that yes, community dick can become private property. And so I found that
y'all living in.
Let me tell you, it made me wonder if the people responding to the poll consider themselves as community, or if they were in love with someone that was community and wanted to believe in the greater good of them being for them one day. I don't know what happened with that. But I was just like, whoa, this is interesting. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I feel like a certain number of people were like reliving like my girl temptations type vibes going on, but not knowing that it was actually dated in your history, not your present tense. That's just what I'm.
Okay.
I mean, and then people also have like unrealistic standard that they hold people to. So when they actually ask to like define the people that they're with and how they're communicating and like interacting with them in their present time, they don't even register that. They go to what the expectations of that person was.
Ooh. So basically, they just all over the place. They don't know how they want to feel.
Right. They like the fantasy, not the reality. But they're not going to give up the reality because they believe that the reality could possibly become the fantasy. So it's like a dichotomy of stuff.
Okay. And hold on, we got a few comments.
Okay.
Sonia, hey Sonia, she says greetings, beautiful queens, and she said community. So she came in on this community dick conversation.
I mean, it's pandemic times.
Right.
I do.
And she also said, I love y'all. We love you too. Ed says, good evening, beauties. Hello, Ed.
Oh, Spirit Wolf.
Right. And Sonia also said, I believe in sharing as long as it ain't mine.
But how can you share if it's not yours? Okay.
You know what? There's more. She's gonna tell us. I'm gonna wait for it. But yeah, those polls though.
These polls did the damn thing this week. Like, we had people commenting on all facets of the polls. Like, it was like on our individual posts, and then like our community posts. Like, these people, y'all were doing the damn thing. I love it. And even though those people, like there's 60 or 70 people that wouldn't comment, I love y'all too, still, because I watch y'all.
Oh yeah, you can always see who looks at the poll, and I don't know, a squirrel runs across the screen, they get distracted, and they never really vote. But you know what? Thank y'all for stopping by.
Right. We appreciate y'all. Just to look at it, like, yeah, it's okay. So you engage. If you're not interactive, like, cool, whatever.
Right. You peeping around the corner. You don't know if you're gonna go that way yet. You just peeping.
Right.
Oh, okay. Sonia said we can share yours. And then she said that's community. And Ed said, I'm a greedy type with what is solely given to me. I know that's right.
Better speak on that, Ed.
Right.
And Sonia, like, I'm a big, like, I don't like people, Ed. So the people that I like, I talk to people. I stop looking at me like that. Stop looking to the side. Come back to me.
I'm going to just talk to my wife.
I'm just saying. I don't like people, but the people that I like to hang out with the people that I like. So I appreciate that. And I wish that other people will realize what you can put out there and what you can receive. Because some people, like, they're advertising all willy-nilly and shit, like they available and whatever, and you really not.
Ooh, is that false advertisement?
Right.
Is that physically and
mentally, emotionally?
Say it ain't so. Okay, all right, okay. Oh, Sonia also said, but when it's mine, I don't like to share. I feel you, boo.
Hello.
But you know what? What happens when you sharing and you don't even know it?
Right. Like that part. Like, I need to know the fuckery that I'm involved in. Like, if you choose to date other people and we haven't had that conversation about being exclusive or whatever, then okay, I can grant you that grace. I must receive. But on the flip side of it is like, if we're like that, why can't we have this conversation? Why can't I come to you like, yo, I want to send some of a dude's dick and not just yours, but I still like you. Like, you're my main dick that I'm gonna sit on. But when you're busy, you can't, accommodate me. Like, why can't I send this other dick? Like, can we have this conversation as adults?
Well, some people can and some can't. Because and let's look at this. So, for example, we do have people that are not secure enough in themselves that feel like they have to dominate the situation. And basically, they are afraid to say, okay, well, if you want to do this, you can, because they feel like they can't compete or that they will be obsolete. So it really boils down to that self-confidence, honestly.
But here's the other caveat. Like, if your self-confidence is the only thing you have, then what does that say about your own self? Like, you're identifying and like putting stock in the fact that you are good with your persona. But are you good with yourself? And if you're not, how are you gonna rectify that? Like, for real?
Oh, that kind of makes me think about the whole Derek Jackson thing that's been going on.
Sure. I'm glad you brought that shit up because like, that was some bullshit. Baptized in shit.
Well, hold on. Let me get these comments. Hold on. Ed said the book title doesn't tell a person's story. Amen. He said it depends on the dynamics of how the relationship has been presented. Absolutely. But be
Well,
upfront with it. That's my only thing. Like if you
be
feel
honest with
like,
yourself and me.
yes, start with yourself. So
Hmm.
you'll know that when you come to me with your perceived truth, that is your whole truth.
Right.
Living in that. Okay, I'm sorry. I got in now. Okay. And so you said I'm selfish and greedy. It's all right. It ain't nothing wrong with it.
Nope.
So I don't know. I don't even know where to start with the Derek Jackson situation. So okay.
Why don't you explain to the people who may or may not know who Derek Jackson is?
So well, I first noticed him on Facebook maybe over the last couple of years. He'd had these videos, basically talking to the ladies about, hey, recognize these traits in your man, you know. He was the relationship guru, just setting it all straight, quote unquote. So, I saw a couple of his videos. I was like, interesting. But you know what used to just be in the back of my mind? I'd be like, I wonder what type of relationship he got going on. I never even really got too deep. I was just like, because he had like he lived through some of this. Yeah, like he know, like some of this might have been in his past life. Just thinking randomly, and lo and behold, what happened next? Best friend.
Girl, like I don't post too much. Like if someone says something that resonates in my soul, then I will post it on my page. FYI. I posted a lot of his stuff. Not even a lot, but a good amount of his posts, his views on life and men and women and whatever. I agreed
Mhm.
on that part. But my whole thing is that I never weighed more into who he was portraying himself to be.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I just like I went to like you said this, I agree with this, and this is what I'm gonna post.
Mhm.
I didn't buy
Mhm.
into the fact that like he was the God standard of relationships.
No, because I'm like, I don't. Who is this dude really?
Right.
And no, was not buying none of the books. Just was like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But ooh, as I started to peep after all the controversy, I was like,
Right.
so this dude got books. If
He
I'm
got
not,
8 books. 8 books. I went back and looked it up. He has 8 books, and a couple of them are self help. And then, like, he has 3 books about a man who cheated on his wife or his woman or
oh,
whatever, which I haven't read, so don't judge me on that. But the
I
fact that
ain't
he
read none of his stuff.
made the cognizant decision to write a book on how someone cheats on their significant other, I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, because if you think about it, the brand, quote unquote, that he was promoting before all of this other stuff came out did not even line up with that first selections of books
You know
that he
what?
wrote,
A
quote
lot of
unquote.
the damn shit as we look through his current path of life doesn't
Hmm.
line up with anything that he says anyhow.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like if you're in misalignment or disalignment,
Hmm.
I can't really trust you really. Like I had issue when I went back and I researched this because I was going to talk about this best friend. But he was talking about the timeline of when his infidelities happened, even though it wasn't sexually. I don't even buy that anyhow. First and foremost, like you've had this long list of people, and you talking about you reconnected with someone you knew like 5, 6, 7 years or whatever. Okay, cool. But you didn't fuck her, but she's coming around, she's taking all these pictures, these videos, or whatever. I don't believe that. First and foremost, but also like you are saying that you can't perform sexually when you're stressed. but you can perform on camera and telling us about how you can't perform. You can perform by inviting these conversations with another woman that's not your wife, and you can perform. Like, what are you not performing to? You have a lot of variables that you can and cannot do.
And so, how do you know? So that tells me that you tried, and I'm sure you succeeded sometimes. It might not have been your best performance, because clearly, you know, you're a Hollywood actor, how you been acting up. But anyway, I don't understand it. Oh, hold on, we got a couple of comments here.
Okay.
It said, "You've seen my truth. I am who I am." That's right. Sonia said he was telling on himself the whole time. Absolutely.
Right. And making money off of telling on himself. But then when he got caught, he wanted to capitalize on that part too. Like, nigga.
So, yes. And she also said, warning women about men like him. Right. And that's how he knew so well what this quote unquote calculated man had in store or what he was capable of, because he was that dude.
Right. Like, how you gonna write? You can only write from the place of your own truth. Like, whether you expound upon it or actually refocus it back on yourself, that's the two paths you have to take. But everything that you put out there is an extension of yourself. So if I'm sitting here reading 3 books about you cheating on somebody, I automatically assume, me being me, that you're gonna cheat on your wife. That's what it is.
So this is my thing. And when it comes to, you know, everyone's individual spiritual walk,
right?
Of course, you know, I can't say you right, you wrong, or you are authentic or not.
Right.
But I just find it conveniently placed that, okay, you know, all of this comes out and you try to figure out a way to get back on top, to get back to winning. And I hope, you know, because I try to, you know, see the good. I hope that you actually are on this spiritual journey.
Right.
I hope that you are being what your wife needs. Because she deserves authenticity.
Right.
Because, you know, it's been a whole scam going on. I'm sure there's so many more details.
And we don't know.
Yes. And I do appreciate the fact that they were even willing to share that, but at the same time,
why? And the point, how you shared it. Like, I can honor and respect. Like, you know, I have this book, by the way, that addresses the shit that I just went through. But what I kept hearing and seeing on social media is that, like, he would promote his book in conjunction with the fact that he fucked up. Like, did you fuck up to promote the book, or did you promote the book after you fucked up? Like, the thing.
Right. And they've been giving his wife a hard time on social media, you know, saying she had a bonnet on and all that. It actually wasn't a bonnet, it was one of those knit hats, but still.
Still, we live our life. We do not have to go ahead and appear in our life the way that you want us to appear.
Exactly. And I just, you know, for people to say, well, if she's looking like that, then that's why. That does not
justify or excuse.
Absolutely not negate the fact that he was wrong and that he was committed to what they had. It when I first started seeing it unfold, my mouth just dropped.
Right.
And I really empathize with her on another point that was I saw made on the video. Why she's never on these videos with him up until now. Anyway, she's an introvert. She
Right.
hates all that. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody believes me, but I'm an introvert too. But I have to push past it. Oh, you know what? That
You are less of an introvert than I am.
ah,
You are, because I talk to you. I don't talk to no other motherfuckers to be all, hey, Miss Dot. No. Okay, cool. I'm talking to you. You are more open and sociable to people. I'm sorry, best friend.
well, if I'm more open, then we just ain't even on live right now. We sitting in our house just
Right.
talking to each other.
We are. And I'm good with that because I don't like motherfuckers. I don't.
But anyway, yeah. So it's really a lot to unpack with that situation. We're just skimming the surface
Right.
because honestly, we don't have all the details. But I just hope that he's being authentic with her and authentic with his purpose and not still trying to make money off of who he is or the layers that he allows us to know at the time when it's convenient. Because really, just like Sonya said, he's been telling us who he is from the beginning, from his first
Right.
books.
Right. And and I've always told everybody, like, you can listen to what somebody says, but believe their actions.
Hmm.
The actions dictate what they truly believe in. Like,
Hmm.
people can tell you all the pretty, beautiful things in the world and still fuck you over.
Hmm.
So for him, I'm like, I'm going to look at you. I'm going to see what you're going to do. I'm going to witness it, but I'm not going to take it into like my whole soul being. Like, you ain't Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I'm sorry. You're not. You're not Jesus. Me believing you totally without any explanation or reason is not going to happen.
Oh, I'm sure she is slow walking the whole scenario.
She quit walking and chilling. Go, girl. I believe you. I need some help. I'm sure. Oh, my hip. Don't judge me. Oh,
Wait.
my hip, girl, my
You
hip.
gonna tear your hip off on camera?
I'm about, girl, I could not. I could not anymore. Like, this hip was like, ooh,
Okay, so we got a couple of comments.
go.
Sonya said, look at you two beautiful queens and then think about her and him. The math don't add up.
Right.
Something is not adding up.
A lot is not adding up.
I'm wondering if we're not even talking about math anymore. We talking about what? Maybe we're trying to write an essay.
Girl, we're building a birdhouse in home ec. That's what we're doing.
Ed said introverted extrovert here. Okay, maybe that's what I am because I swear I'm not an extrovert. I know that.
You
Anyway,
lying to yourself and me and the
I am
audience.
not an extrovert.
You are.
I am not. I'm no.
People, you don't believe yourself as an extrovert, but people like to talk to you all the time about different ramifications of life. Like, you are an extrovert. You care when people start engaging you in their conversations.
I'm an empath. That's all. I'm not an extrovert. And I'm a
Okay.
life coach. So I be listening to people. And I'm always trying to help people.
And that's why they get off you. And that's why they be like, yo, hey, how you doing?
But you know what? I
What?
charge for that.
Good.
Oh,
You need your money.
right. And Sonya also said, whatever you do to get the man, you have to maintain to keep him.
Right. And
I
don't
agree.
think on some damn fuckboy shit. You're gonna lose them on the same damn shit. You're gonna drink. Just saying.
Okay, you're right. You're absolutely correct.
Mhm.
So, I don't know, best friend. Tell me, what do you expect to see in the next year when it comes to this whole charade?
You know what I really, really want to experience and see in this next year is commitment and community. Like a lot of dudes don't appreciate community and working towards a common goal. So, go.
Maybe they think community in the sense of community dick and pussy, and maybe that's where the
And
confusion is.
that's why your ass is still sitting there looking at community damn property taxes and shit.
Just saying.
I'm just saying, like, you know what? I love working with my community and my people, but is that at the same time, I'm like, what? How is that going to benefit me? How can I make that work towards me and my goals? And then, like, you got this community dick, and it's like it's everybody that had it. You can't even really specify how good it was because it's so common.
Oh God!
So, how do you deal with that? I have questions.
I'm sure there's like a program, like a whole cleansing thing that you have to go through when you want to reform yourself from community to private property. It's kind of like you have to go through this process. Late
Okay,
Minnetonka, I don't know.
okay.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just guessing.
I mean, when you have to choose between the fact that your property or community, like, how do you make that choice?
Well, clearly, you have to know who you are and what your goal is. Some people don't want to be anything but community because that's where they feel the most nurtured,
Praise.
loved. So, yeah, they got to figure it out.
Okay, you're right. I'm tired of figuring out shit for people. Like, I do that every day, all day with my job, and then I have to do that with my personal life. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, don't do it, best friend.
Okay, and I'm hungry. I know. Look, I know y'all feel like I'm small and skinny. I don't eat. Bitch is hungry. I'm dying.
Okay. So, okay, have another comment. It said, so many need to stop thinking community and start thinking their own hand, etc. Right. Absolutely. I agree with that. And
Right.
it's probably hard though. If that's been your focus for so long, you basically have to detox all the BS out of yourself. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times it
People
takes
can't even
therapy.
answer to themselves, let alone answer to the damn shit they put out in the world. So that was that.
Mhm, mhm. Okay. Any closing remarks
You know?
for the people?
I'm old and I'm tired. I'm sorry, y'all. Like this week has been dumb as fuck, so I'm really, really sleepy. I can't. I can.
So you just ain't gonna tell them good night? No, nothing.
I would tell them good night if it was a good night, but it's not. Okay.
Oh, well, we will see you all in 2 weeks.
What's going on in 2 weeks? We having this,
Yeah,
this
2 weeks.
like I know people want to know when the next excursion is because they enjoy that. Like they
Well, I'm sorry. They're gonna have to wait and see. And if they pay attention, they won't miss it.
right. And if you pay attention and answer our question, you might get a Scooby snack. Okay. I say, you might get a glass, like, hey, high five on the show. Like, you gonna get something. I don't know what's gonna be. I'm just saying.
Okay.
But
Well,
I'm tired. I'm old and tired.
okay. Well, good night, everybody. We'll see y'all in 2.
In 2 weeks, because I'm tired, and my best friend says, yo, if I let her stay up here any longer, she gonna do some dumbass shit.